Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Back to Cricket Happenings here. Welcome you all back to the Cricket Happenings today. And on this Cricket Happenings show, it's going to be again the IPL, the Indian Premier League 2018, which saw its 24th match being played today. And it was a very, very high scoring affair between two strong teams at either end. One was Royal Challengers Bangalore, led by Virat Kohli, and Chennai Super Kings was led by MS Dhoni. Well, there was a lot of fireworks in this particular match. Royal Challengers Bangalore raised a big total of 205 for 8, but Chennai Super Kings made that total it was a real stiff challenge, and the challenge was taken up by the Chennai Super Kings captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who blasted a lot of sixes, and Ambati Rayudu gave him company. In fact, Dhoni hit the most number of sixes in IPL on his individual manner, I would say, or for his individual record. This is the highest number of sixes. He thrashed 70 runs with just 34 deliveries with 1-4, and it included 7 sixes. And right from the word go, he was blasting on all cylinders. At the other end, another person who Ambati Rayudu opened the innings today, he also smacked it all across the park to make 82 of just 53 balls, 3 fours and 8 sixes to really set the tempo. And the Mahendra Singh Dhoni totally capitalized on it. And that partnership between Ambati Rayudu and Mahendra Singh Dhoni was something which was a scintillating partnership of 101 runs, which really came in pretty quick time. If you look at it, it was basically, one could say that the 101 run partnership coming in 59 deliveries. So it was simply scintillating batting by both Rayudu and Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So I'll talk about that match, and also the other thing that I'll be looking at is the 2019 World Cup cricket schedule has been released by the ICC. I just have a very sneak peek at that, which is, as you know, the as you know, the World Cup is going to be played in the year 2019 in the United Kingdom. So let's first head towards this very, very wonderful match that happened today in front of a very big crowd at Bangalore, and Chennai Super Kings captain Dhoni winning the toss and deciding to put the Royal Challengers to bat first. Well, the start, Virat Kohli and Quinton de Kock opened the innings, and Virat Kohli, it was easy going for them. They were not in any trouble at all against the bowling of Deepak Chahar or Shardul Thakur, but Shardul Thakur was the man who picked up the big fish, Virat Kohli, at the score on 35 for the Royal Challengers Bangalore when he got him caught by Jadeja of the bowling of Thakur. Kohli was out for 18 of 15 balls, 3 fours. After that, it was a sort of a real partnership that happened between two South Africans, Quinton de Kock and A.B. de Villiers, and they raised a 103 runs partnership to really make up for the loss of Virat Kohli. And A.B. de Villiers was absolutely in his element. He was really blasting the balls to the fence, mostly over the fence. Quinton de Kock on the other hand, as I said, it was a lot of sixes rained at Bangalore today, with Quinton de Kock and A.B. de Villiers combining into a 101 runs partnership. Sorry, not 101, it was basically, if you look at it, when Kohli left, score was 35. So it's a 103 runs partnership which happened, and they targeted all the bowlers. Harbhajan Singh went for plenty, Jadeja went for plenty. Everybody, I thought Imran Tahir bowled with some respectability. Even the pace bowlers, everyone disappeared. And as you know, when an A.B. de Villiers is at the crease, one knows sparks are going to fly. And that's what precisely happened. And the partnership went on and on and on. And at 138, in the wicket of Quinton de Kock was taken by Bravo when he got him caught and bowled, but not before de Kock had really made a fine 53 of 37 deliveries, which included 4 sixes and 1 4. Corey Anderson was promoted in the batting order at the dismissal of Quinton de Kock in the 14th over, just to keep up the tempo. But the mood totally failed, I would say. First, A.B. de Villiers was the next victim. He was a victim of the bowling of Imran Tahir for 68 of 30 deliveries, which included 8 sixes and 2 fours. Some superb batting from AB de Villiers, and as you know, he's a 360-degree player, as we all know. And Corey Anderson coming in and promoted was a good move, but totally backfired as Imran Tahir picked up his wicket very cheaply for just 2 runs. After that, Mandeep Singh was the only one, as I said, after the way De Kock and de Villiers played, well, the 200 was definitely on the cards, and Mandeep Singh did a good job to get them past the 200 mark. I mean, he did not get it, he at least got it near the 200 mark, because when he was out for 32 of 17 deliveries, 1 4 and 3 sixes, the score read 191 in the 19th over. But after that, there was not much to come. Granholm got himself run out for 11 7 balls, 1 4. Pawan Negi ran out not. Washington Sundar was not out on 13 with 1 6 and 1 4 of just 4 deliveries. Umesh Yadav was out for not. Mohammad Siraj was not out or not. And finally, the Royal Challengers Bangalore ended up with a good score of 205 for 8 on the board. If you look at the bowling was totally taken apart by the Royal Challengers batsmen. Chahar 2 overs, none for 20. Shardul Thakur 4 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 46. Harbhajan Singh 2 overs, went for 24. Jadeja had 22 runs taken off his 2 overs. Watson 2 overs, went for 21. Imran Tahir 2 for 35 is 4. Dwayne Bravo 4 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 33. That was the bowling analysis of the Chennai Super Kings bowlers. Now the Chennai Super Kings batsmen were in the middle, chasing a target of 206. It was a real stiff challenge, and definitely the start was not good at all. In fact, not only the start, they lost wickets in a real sort of a spate of wickets. As first, Pawan Negi actually, the spinner actually gave them the quick breakthrough by picking up the wicket of Shane Watson for 7 of 4 balls with 1 6. Ambati Rayudu was told to open the innings today with a high score, as they were chasing a high score. But as I said, after Shane Watson was out, Suresh Raina departed when the score was 50 in the 5th over, his contribution being 11 of 9 balls with 2 fours, and his wicket was taken by Umesh Yadav, who picked up the wicket of Suresh Raina. After that, Sam Billings was out for just 9 runs. He was stumped of the bowling of Chahal for 9 of 7 balls with 2 fours, and Jadeja was bowled by Chahal for 3, and Yuzvendra Chahal had taken 2 important wickets and 74 for 4 when Jadeja was out in the 9th over, and 74 for 4 in the 9th over. It was not very good going for the Chennai Super Kings, but Ambati Rayudu was making his presence felt. He was doing a good job. He was continuing his good form. He was stroking the ball well, and at the same time was hitting some very good sixes as well. And once Mahendra Singh Dhoni joined at 74 for 4, it was absolute fireworks here at Bangalore. As Mahendra Singh Dhoni, he started it right from the word go. In fact, he put Pawan Negi out of the attack by slamming him for sixes and fours, sixes basically, and then Mahendra Singh Dhoni also targeted Mohammad Siraj for runs. Corey Anderson was the one who was mostly targeted by both Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Ambati Rayudu, as he went for 58 runs of his 4 overs, and definitely Mahendra Singh Dhoni is a thinking captain. So as he said after the match was over in the post-match press conference, that one has to know that which bowler has how many overs and what they are going to do. So basically, Dhoni always wears the thinking cap, and that's what he precisely did. And Ambati Rayudu and Dhoni were just making merry. They were just indulging themselves. And what a partnership! 101 runs in I would say in the 9th over, Jadeja was out with a score on 74 for 4. So just imagine that it was basically, as I said, 8 overs and 5 balls. In 8.5 overs, Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Ambati Rayudu hammered 101 runs to really change the equation for the Chennai Super Kings. From 74 for 4, they recovered in a big manner to 175 for 5. And now there was definitely hope, because Dhoni was totally in command. I mean, for him, it was only one way to hit the ball, and that was into go the aerial route. And Ambati Rayudu was also doing a good job. And in the 18th over, they lost the wicket of Ambati Rayudu, but not before Ambati Rayudu had contributed a wonderful 82 of just 53 deliveries, which contained 8 sixes and 3 fours. And Ambati Rayudu was run out for 82. And then Dwayne Bravo walked in, and in the 19th over, he took up the gauntlet and slammed a boundary and a 6 to finally bring it down to the wire with 16 runs required of the final over. Dhoni made sure that this was something that he was definitely going to, and he did not waste any time. It was a matter of, it was the final over, and in 4 balls, he completed the 16 runs with Dhoni, as usual, getting a win for Chennai Super Kings with his trademark 6. And in the end, the score read 207 for 5 with 2 balls to spare. The Chennai Super Kings were the victors, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni was the man of the match, no doubt, for his really sort of a rampaging innings from Mahendra Singh Dhoni, which contained, it was 70 which was slammed, unbeaten runs of 34 deliveries, 1 4 and 7 sixes. Dwayne Bravo was not out on a useful 14 of 7 deliveries, 1 4 and 1 6. Game over, game set and match to Chennai Super Kings, who won the match by 5 wickets. And definitely, I'm sure RCB would have been pretty disappointed, but they would have definitely expected, because Mahendra Singh Dhoni in the ranks is someone who is a very dangerous player, as we all know. And Pawan Negi was initially targeted by Dhoni, and then he went after Siraj and Anderson. So looking at the bowling, Pawan Negi 3 overs 1 for 36. Umesh Yadav did a fine job amidst the big hitting that was going on. 4 overs 1 for 23. Washington Sundar could bowl only just 1 over, which cost 14 runs. Siraj 4 overs was slapped for 48 runs. Yuzvendra Chahal did a wonderful job of picking up important wickets in the middle, 4 overs 2 for 26. But Anderson had his figures totally rearranged with bowling analysis of 3.4 overs, no maiden, none for 58, where both the batsmen Rayudu and Dhoni made mincemeat of Anderson's bowling. And it was all over. Dhoni was the man of the match. And what a game we had here in Bengaluru. I think it was every spectator who was sitting there would have had his or her money's worth. Well, so this is as far as this particular match is concerned. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is, as you know, the 2019 World Cup is going to be played, and the ICC yesterday came up with a schedule for the 2019 World Cup. Now, the one thing that I would like to say is that this particular World Cup is basically based on the 1992 format, where every team will meet every team in the World Cup. So each team, if you look at it, I'm seeing that it's almost like they have 9 teams. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 teams. So every team will be playing 9 matches against respective opposition, and I think it should be a sort of a real bonanza. 2019 World Cup starting on 30th of May with the curtain raiser. The curtain raiser will be host England taking on South Africa at the Oval, and the India-Pakistan clash is coming up on June 16th, the marquee clash. Pakistan have never won a single match against India in any World Cup, so the jinx is yet to be broken, and so that is the one match that everyone are waiting for. Manchester Old Trafford will be hosting that match, and I think we are in for some real great cricket. And basically, so it starts on 30th of May, July 9 with the semi-final at Manchester in Old Trafford, then semi-final on 11th of July at Birmingham, and then on 14th of July would be the D-Day as to who will be lifting the World Cup 2019. It will be played at the Mecca of world cricket, the Lord's Cricket Ground, and I can't wait to be a witness at the World Cup. Well, other than that, well, it should be, as I said, there are, and I'm told that in the round robin phase, England, India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka basically won't be playing any day-night matches in the round robin phase. But Australia, Afghanistan, New Zealand will be someone, and even the semi-finals and finals are also going to be day games and not day-night games. So that is something that one would make a note of, and I think that is something which is going to be something brilliant that is going to happen in the year 2019. So guys, dear friends, subscribers, just mark it on your calendar. 2019 World Cup, 30th of May at the United Kingdom, where England and South Africa will clash at the Oval, the curtain raiser of the World Cup, Cricket World Cup 2019. Well, dear fans and subscribers, now it leaves me enough time, and I'm going to see like what I can lay my hands on. Just wanting to see which is the match. Yes, tomorrow's match which is coming up is in the IPL is between Sunrisers Hyderabad taking on the Kings 11 Punjab. So Ravichandran Ashwin has shown some very good captaincy, and it will be interesting to see how that match pans out. And Ravichandran Ashwin is doing, the captain of the Kings 11 Punjab, has been doing a marvelous job with his team. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that's about it as far as today's cricket show goes. Hope you all like this cricket show of mine. With more to come on tomorrow's Cricket Happening show. This is your host Ram, bidding you all a very good night.